Hello, I am Tatiana Becerra. I am a PhD candidate at the Department of Integrated Studies in Education at McGill University, and I am supervised by Dr. Susan Ballinger here at McGill and by Dr. Christian Eret at the University of North Carolina at Chapel Hill. And currently I am in the fourth year of my program, and now I am writing my dissertation. Hola, soy Tatiana Becerra, soy candidata doctoral en el Departamento de Estudios Integrados en Educación en la Universidad McGill, donde soy supervisada por la doctora Susan Ballinger y co-supervisada por el doctor Christian Eret en la Universidad de North Carolina en Estados Unidos. Actualmente estoy en el cuarto año de mi programa doctoral y me encuentro escribiendo mi tesis. Well, I am from Colombia and I came to Montreal, Canada in 2021. I had started my PhD in the middle of the pandemic, and then in January 2021 I came here with my daughter. And since then, well, I have been enjoying the city. So I've been a language educator in Colombia for around 20 years. I was able to work in different contexts there, in the public and private settings, and also in rural and urban contexts. Besides working on my PhD here in Canada, I've been able to work also with my co-supervisor, Dr. Christian Eret, as an editorial assistant for Reading Research Quarterly, which is a very renowned journal of literacy research. And recently, I started a fellowship at Building 21, which is a research institute here at McGill, and they do this fellowship hand in hand with the Tenenbaum Foundation, that is the Tenenbaum Open Science Institute. During this time in Canada, I've also kept my connections with friends and colleagues in Colombia. In the last 2 years, we have been working on creating a research collective that we call Our Voices. Our Voices specializes in integrating critical decolonial feminist and intercultural perspectives in the research of languages and literacies in the Caribbean Colombian region. My research stems from my experience living in rural communities in Colombia. I saw my daughter growing up in a rural town, in a very small rural town, and I observed that her and her friends, our neighbors, literacy practices and language practices were discriminated most of the time, and that these practices were not valued at school. So this motivated me to research and to mobilize my knowledge in order to work with teachers and communities in order to look for ways to make these knowledges and literacies valued in the educational systems. So this project aims to explore the land-based literacies of this community, and also to use these literacies as the base or the foundations for designing or co-designing together land-based curricula that we can use and integrate to the school. So this research is set in Colombia, in a rural community in the Northern Caribbean region that is home to a very unique ecosystem that is the tropical dry forest. This dry forest is a very resilient ecosystem because it faces two extreme weathers during two different seasons in the year: the dry season, where there is no rain at all, and the rainy season, where there is a lot of precipitation. So this unique environment, it has very specific characteristics that also influence the way that people in the community live. My research is informed by participatory and community-based methodologies. So these methodologies aim to build respectful relationships with participants in order to give participants value to their voices and to recognize their knowledges so that they can make active decisions in the process of doing research. So I'm working with the school community, and this comprises the school principal, teachers, students and parents that live in this rural community where the school is located. I am currently working with 3 language and technology teachers, 13 students between 11 and 16 years old, and their parents, and some of their parents. So in the first phase of my research that aim at exploring the land-based literacies of the community, I worked with the community participants across the forest, across the creeks, and across the hills that are in their surroundings. And from these explorations, we jointly analyzed the video data that we collected, and we collectively came up with our identification of the land-based literacies that they practice in the community, and our collective definition of what land-based literacies are. The second phase of the research has been a collaborative study that draws on participatory decolonial methodologies that challenge colonial views of what language, knowledge, and literacies are, and instead provides asset-based perspectives of rural communities. So we, students, parents, and teachers, we have joined together, engaged in community dialogue, and we have started to brainstorm how these land-based literacies that we identified in the first phase of the research can be integrated in the school. So along with the teachers and the students, we started to design these curricular units. In the last term of the school year, so that it's like 2 months ago, because the school in Colombia the school year ended in November, we implemented our first unit, our first land-based literacies unit for Spanish language, English language, and the technology classes in the school. So right now we're in the process of evaluating the units that we just implemented, and we are starting to co-design the units that we're going to implement in the next year that starts in January 2024. So we hope that with this curricula that we are co-designing with the community, we can contribute more meaningful educational experiences for rural youth. And we hope that these experiences will allow them to value their local knowledges and literacies, and also to continue nurturing their relationship with the tropical dry forests in their land. And well, that's all about me. If you want to know more about my research, you can contact me at Tatiana.Becerra@McGill.ca.